Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has been engaging with comments, likes, and subscribing. You know I do appreciate it and makes the project more fun when I am working with an engaged audience. So we are back in Belladonna Cove for another apartment building redesign, and today's clients are the DeBateaux family. And Daisy is here in case you heard her. So when Jessica left him, Armand spent a few months sulking and thinking the sun would never come out again. But when he adopted little Tara, she convinced him otherwise. He couldn't be more proud of his heir. And here we have our DeBateaux. Business has been good to Armand. He's made his riches and been able to afford everything he's ever wanted, including the best schools for his daughter. Tara is quite the scholar. She's happiest when she's learning something new. She's been trying to tutor her friend Justin, but he's so easily distracted. Still, she does enjoy spending time with him. So Tara is a knowledge sim whose lifetime want is to max out 7 skills. Now, while I think she would be better served as a popularity sim, I personally would play her just as that until she reaches her lifetime want, because that's literally one of the easiest to achieve. And Armand here is a family sim, and I would actually assign him as a fortune sim, but he's already achieved one of the lifetime goals of a fortune sim, which is to become a business tycoon, so we could always start him over and get him something new. And also Armand, while his features are very handsome on an adult, they translate a little oddly onto his children when he has children of his own. So let's look at their place. So their penthouse is basically separated into 2 sections. We've got the entryway, which goes into this central hot tubbing area, and then around to the right, the general living area, and around to the left, the private quarters. So I don't necessarily hate it, but I just find it maybe a bit awkward that you go through rooms without any hallway in a home this size. I'm not a huge fan of hallways for small homes, but this is a pretty big home. So for a home this size, a hallway or 2 wouldn't be amiss in over here in this area. So I definitely will address that, and we will get some other things going. And just as a strange aside, I'm not a huge fan of lots of electronics, but there is literally not a single TV in this unit, so that is a little bit odd to me. Anyway, so let me get them evicted, and then we will get them the redesign started. Okay, and now from the neighborhood, the DeBateaux have 227,933. Let's go ahead and evict them. So one thing I am going to do is all the previous families for whom I've redesigned apartments, I'm going to reset their funds back to what they were before the redesign. That way they didn't get everything in their apartment completely free, but they got a deal on it. And Daisy is saying hello. And another thing to know is once you put a family in an apartment building, you can't change the name of that apartment building, but I should be able to change that in SimPE, so that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I did was change lot zoning to residential, which you can see here through the mailbox. And I find that just more convenient to use than the apartment-based specific tools disabled false, because you don't have to reenact it every time you enter the lot. And I am preparing the lot for a lot adjustment, which means I need to eliminate anything that's within 2 spaces of this side, because I'm going to move it over here. And I also need to get rid of all of the terrain. Although I did find that if I did forget to use it here, I can actually use one of the cheats to clean up the terrain otherwise, so that was a nice little find there, but we definitely want to do this. Then I will go into lot adjuster and make my changes. Okay, so I'm getting the same basic thing that I got on the Tinker's house in Blue Water Village, where this is putting it on the side. This is apparently a hinky lot. So like I said in a previous video, it's not that big of a loss. We'll just go ahead and bulldoze it. Then I will go into the specialty lots, and it is right there, Cornerstone Apartments. And there we go. Just pop it in, Cornerstone Condominiums, and let's check this out. Okay, so when I placed the new one, that lot was buggy. This one's working just fine, no problem. So I just have to go through and do another lot adjustment. Okay, and after I made the adjustment, it did this again. So I guess we are not doing this. It's just not going to happen. Oh well, starting over. So this is the third building, and I've given up the idea of some form of carport on this lot. So let's just go ahead and get the lot stripped as I do, and then deconstruct it and get on with our redesign. I'm actually kind of excited about this one because this was actually the first building I played when Apartment Life first came out. It is the one that Callie Kitty lived in the Kitty album, so that was pretty exciting. And I absolutely love this, but I don't 100% approve of it because, of course, there are some things that are very awkward because, well, it was built by Maxis, and that's what they do, right? They build awkwardly. And we can definitely improve the situation. I'm going to get a fifth apartment into here. Of course, only 4 families can live in an apartment of your building, but an Apartment Life townie will move into the 5th one regardless, because you can actually make an apartment building with well over 4 units, but you can only have 4 families of your own. Now, I'm not actually a huge fan of this stage here in the center of the penthouse, so we are going to go ahead and get rid of it. And now we look down into the next floor, so we're going to go ahead and also add in our ceiling tile as I do, because I just prefer having everything homogenized. Now, why is that not doing that? Okay, so what I will need to do is actually put in a little room below here. That way I can fill this in. That's just silly, but it had to happen. And of course, I do love me a basement in pretty much all my builds, so let's go ahead and add one in. Not sure what all I will put down here, but I will definitely, oops, I did not hold my button down the entire time. Oh, I held the wrong button down. There we go. Still messing up. That's awesome. You do have to use the right keys on your keyboard. That was pretty slick. Okay, and of course, always one tile from the edge. Choose a space, 5 tiles from a corner. Go down 3 lengths of stairs. As long as you have a completely flat lot, that's perfect. Hammer away the stairs. And level our terrain that way. And as I said in a previous video, you can either put this down either with the terrain tool or with the flooring tool. I usually do flooring, but terrain works just great. Let's go ahead and put that back in. Now, I used the DeBateaux-The bathroom area up here as what will be the basis of my front lobby. And we're going to do something I haven't done in any building to date, which is we are going to add in an elevator, because it seems to me that this building should have one. I don't like the stairs here at the back because it just makes no sense. Lobbies should be pretty close to the beginning of the building, the front of the building. So yeah, that's why we are completely repositioning where the lobby is. Of course, we will use the most expensive of our elevators. Put that bad boy right there, and we will have one right there. Oops. And right there. And of course I might change the color, but that is the elevator that we are going to have. And as far as downstairs, we can actually put this right here below, facing the opposite direction. Just like in real life, an elevator can have doors opening on both sides of it. So we will have 2 units on the main level and 2 identically sized units on the second level. Right like that. Split that way. And then of course here we will have this unit for Armand and Tara. As a matter of fact, actually, I am going to change this area. The second level does not need this much of a lobby. It really doesn't. We will still have some space here, but we are going to actually utilize this area here, this area here for other reasons. Now in the back here, we are actually going to create a little bit of something different. Both of the ground floor units will have a private backyard. That is a benefit of living on the ground floor, as far as I'm concerned. And I will have to actually create a situation which gives them the private backyard and still able to enjoy this, which I will show you a little later. Now I created these temporary walls just for the time being so I can create a balcony for the second and third level, because I feel like both the second and third level deserve a balcony, so they're getting it. So for the time being, this is how the back elevation will look. Now I am not 100% guaranteed to keep these stairs right where they are, but the bottom floor will have each a private yard, so that kind of gives them a little bit of extra benefit. So as always, it's going to take me a little while to find a floor plan that worked well for this, but I'm going to start out with an entryway to the unit and then give it a closet. Now we're going to have 2 hall bathrooms. This will be the kitchen. This is the first bedroom with a closet. That's the smaller of the 2 bedrooms. The main living area, the larger of the 2 bedrooms with a closet, and in this area will be just kind of a general hangout kind of spot. We can work on some skills and things like that here. And now I will do the same thing for the other 4 smaller units. Now when it comes to creating the floor plan for the penthouse, for the DeBateaux residence, I of course wanted to make sure I got more bang for my buck when it came to good use of space. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the 2 bedrooms that are going to be identical, each with a 3x3 bathroom and a 2x2 walk-in closet. Now each will have a built-in shower stall. Then we're going to do 2 rooms here. This would be like a living room. And this right here will also be a family room. And right here will be the kitchen and the dining room. This will be a 3rd bedroom with a walk-in closet and a bathroom of its own. Now here we're going to have a centrally located kind of entertainment area, activity area, something, but that way we have a very distinct division. So we will have the kitchen, the dining room, the formal family room, a bedroom, an informal living room, 2 more bedrooms with access to a balcony, and this will be an entryway, and then just a regular over here little powder room. Okay, and now I'm ready to create the backyard. And the reason I wanted to save this to the very end is because I didn't want to have to activate the cheats after I do something structural. So first we're going to take away this fencing and this 1 bit of railing. And now I am going to add in 1 tile of foundation on each of the units, backyard. And you do need move objects on. Now let's go into the fencing. I have an invisible fencing that I downloaded from Mod The Sims right here. And we're going to put that all around those 3. Right like that. Now we're going to hammer away the foundation that I put down. Put my steps back in. Put my railing back in, and finally just put those 2 right there. And now we will pull up our cheat, change lot zooming, change lot zoning, apartment base, click enter, and just to watch what happens when we click enter with there we go. Did not get a pop-up that said I did it wrong. Got my correct mailbox, so it's done. Now I will need to do a few things down here in the basement before I exit to the neighborhood, because otherwise I have to use the cheat in order to activate it again. So down here I do want a good sized pool right in this area. We will have a workout room as well as a ballet room and maybe a community garden down here in the basement. So let's do a before and after. This is a brand new placement from the lot spin. Now I didn't make major changes to the front elevation. I did change the location of the windows on this natural stone area to make it make more sense. I also gave a front playground, but I made it green so it blends more because I felt the residents of the Cornerstone Condominium wouldn't mind a playground as long as it blended in. Of course, the most significant change to the exterior was the rear elevation. I gave all the units a private balcony. The first floor units also had access to a private yard and barbecues on the first 3, but on the penthouse it's a place for Tara and Armand to enjoy a morning espresso together because she's old enough for that. Quite a few architectural elements pulled everything together, which included a separating wall, columns, friezes, as well as the actual railing itself. And every unit has significantly more windows on these bay areas because it just made more sense. The elevator goes all the way up to the roof, which includes a telescope as well as a helipad that I am not convinced isn't buggy, because I've put several helicopters here. They have all disappeared and I still get an error code. I will show a before and after of the floor plan, but let's go ahead and take a tour. We do enter and have a small lobby because we don't need that much lobby. Talk about a wasted space. So we're going to just look at one of the units on the first and second floor because they are actually all identical. I just didn't feel like decorating them all differently. So you enter into a very warm marble area where there is a little place for some chess as well as a closet with a mirror, so they can work on 2 skills right before they leave for school or work. Then we have the large corridor. It is useful in its own right because there's a desk, a violin, as well as an easel. To the right are 2 bathrooms. Now, I had originally started making everything here black and white, but I went for the warm tones for the majority of the build, except for the bathroom itself. So each bathroom has a walk-in shower, vanity, tub, and toilet. Now, to the left are all of the rooms. We've got an extremely large bedroom with an inconveniently placed piano, but that's fine. A wall closet, armoire, and the medieval boho seating area. So this is the larger of the 2 bedrooms found on the smaller units. Do keep in mind that the smaller units each only had 1 bedroom and 1 or 1.5 baths. Living room area has the TV, the small electronics, and bookshelves. Right ahead would be another bathroom identical to the first one. The kitchen is grayish. Grayish is a combination of gray and beige. And off the kitchen is how we get to the balcony, with the outdoor eating space as well as the barbecue. The second bedroom in this unit is significantly smaller, but it's comfortable. And then as we exit the unit and re-enter the lobby area, we can enter the elevator. And inside the elevator, we can go up to the second floor. From the elevator, we enter the penthouse lobby area. And here's the door to the penthouse. Now, the front entrance of the penthouse is very small. There's just some art and a mirror. But that's because it has the very large main corridor. As you enter, Directly to your right is the piano. And then we have our chess set accented by the ship's wheel. And that was chosen very deliberately because their last name is DeBateaux, which means boat. As we move forward, we have a portrait of somebody in their lineage, I'm certain. To the right here, we have a powder room. Now we have a kitchen over here, again in the grayish, with an eating space in the kitchen. Formal dining room, red and gray. A lot of that fancy marble. And then the formal living room, library. And then at the end of this corridor is Armand's room. Over here we have a walk-in closet. This is the bathroom. More nautical stuff as a nod to their last name. The bathroom is designed differently than the bathrooms for the other units. It is a 3x3 bathroom. Toilet, bathtub, walk-in shower. Now as we exit onto the balcony where Armand and Tara can enjoy an espresso in the morning, which is why they don't have a barbecue out here, because it doesn't make sense. Go into Tara's room, and I kept with the purple theme because she is very feminine. Her bathroom is identically appointed, but made feminine by the purple curtains that we find. They are recolors. Now exiting Tara's room, we enter the corridor, and over here is the informal family room for TV, watching sports, gaming, and a third bedroom in soft hues of blue, which has a bathroom that's very similar to the bathrooms found in the other units, and also a walk-in closet. I didn't change that door. That's better. So back out into the corridor, we enter my favorite room of this unit, which is the art gallery that they have. They're filthy rich. They should have a room that reflects how filthy rich they are. So instead of a hot tub, they have a fountain and various sculptures. And I don't know if you ever noticed this one over here, it is actually a human form. So we've got, these are the shoulders, this is one arm, this is another arm, this is the rear end, knees, feet. So they're all human forms. And a lot of art. In the basement, we have the party area. Then we have the gym with, you know, I have to have those ballet bars because we love them. Over here we have the hot tub. Pool with more nautical themed stuff. The fishing hole and the interior garden. First floor, second floor. So this is the first floor, and the second floor is identical, of course, without the exterior yard. And third floor. The penthouse. The basement. So I was getting quite a lot of error messages, which I am 99.99% certain were actually caused by the helipad. And even after I got rid of the helipad, I was still getting error messages. I couldn't send Tara or Armand to school or work respectively through walking. Hopefully, deleting the first lot and then doing a clean install of it seems to have gotten rid of the problem, so let's put them in and see what they think. Also, as I said I was going to do, I have adjusted the finances of all the families I have done previously back to where they belong, including the Riley Cho's, and that is their combined finances. Okay, hopefully we won't get the helipad error message. Also, hopefully whatever was causing the problem, oh, they want to check out the diving board just like they have. And a fun thing, when you have an elevator, you hear music all day long. Now, Armand wants to check out the ballet bar, but you know what? I think you should rent an apartment. So the bottom floor units are 5212 and 5188. The second floor units are 3778 and 3747. And the penthouse goes for $69.60. So you're renting the apartment and we will set your, oh, thank you. Okay, and we will set your finances back to what they were. And Tara has the ability to walk to school, so we will go ahead and send her. Armand, you need to go to work. Okay, Armand, please go to work. Thank you. And Mr. Humble is coming to leave his humble gift. Thank you, Rod. Have a beautiful day. It was a pleasure doing business with you. We have Old Peeps High Class folks here. That's awesome. So we've got Christy Inada, Sarah McCarthy, and Leah Wilkie. Wonderful. And here you come, home from school looking great. We love that for you. Go upstairs. Now the thing is, oh, okay, yeah, I guess two people could go up. All right, love the music. Absolutely love the music. And you're going to take it into the blue room, which is okay. All right, that's apparently bothering you. All right, no worries. Tara's going to check out the toilet and relieve her bladder. Everybody wins. Why don't you do your homework, sweet girl? This isn't the desk that is in your bedroom, but you're welcome to use it. And who knows, maybe if Dad gets remarried, you'll have a younger sibling. She autonomously wanted to play the violin badly, so I love that for her. And Armand is about to discover how much he loves sports. He's not good at them, but he loves them. And your fun is going up, so why don't we go get on the exercise bike? Oh, and Kimberly Cordial is calling. Is Armand available to talk? Sure, why not? All right, sweetheart, it's time to have an aha moment. There you go. Fitness, we love that for you. And even though there's 4 showers in the penthouse, he's taking one in the basement. We don't mind. And why don't you play a nice game of kicky bag with your daughter? Okay, wonderful. And how about some red hands? Sure, games. Well, now that I've got all the kinks worked out and they're no longer getting error messages, which have got to be because of the helipad, I think this is going to be a great place for them. Where are you going, Armand? Oh, we're just riding the elevator for the sake of riding the elevator. Okay, that's cool. All right, well, I think this is going to work great for them. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you soon in the pixelated world. And that's all I have to say. VK out.